In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys my Giannis build teaming up with Dirk. Okay, y'all can see. I know you guys that watch me, you guys already know, but just in case you're doubting it, you guys can see I clearly loaded up into the rec by myself. Now, obviously, when you see a purple 99, it doesn't really mean much on 2K, but for this time around, this was actually a legit 99 overall purple player that's actually really good at the game, and also you guys will be able to see what happens when 2K kind of pairs two players, or mostly multiple players. Shout out to the other players, but predominantly both of us that kind of want to win the game, and putting good players together. Obviously, we're not playing against high level competition or whatever, but it is random rec. I mean, what do you expect? And you're not expecting anything crazy, but trust me, even some of the simplest games, you'd be losing the game sometimes because guys just don't want to play. But anyways, it is a very like interesting sort of pairing. Okay, like Dirk and Giannis, you won't really kind of think it's something that could work. Now, obviously, thankfully, his build is more of a center build, whereas my Giannis build, I made this Giannis build, if you guys don't know, predominantly to be the pick and roll player, meaning I sacrificed a decent level of defense to be able to have the offense I have on this build. I still have a high level of rebounding on this build. I will probably show you a screenshot of the build at the end of this video because I don't think I've showed you guys this build just yet. I played on it quite a lot, and it is a lot of fun to play on. The first game, we absolutely went crazy, but the second game, you guys are going to see, we went even crazy. You can see both of us trying to go for the rebound right there. I like the fact that this build has high ball handling. I'm very comfortable with the ball bringing it up, and obviously on the pick and roll, which is literally what I made the build to do. And you can see even the pull-up game on this build is insane. Obviously, Giannis is not known to have the best pull-up in the game, but he does pull up for those middies once in a while. You can see Dirk's kind of there to kind of back me up, and when it comes to the rebounding as well, we're going crazy. So yeah, this build, I like the fact that his play style is more of a, I like playing with centers that space the floor. Okay, that's just my play style, right? That's predominantly why I prefer guys that don't really want to get involved in a pick. They just want to kind of space the floor and trust that I'm going to be able to get them open. Talk about getting them open in situations like this. These guys can see on the top right corner right there, this build also has gold rebound chasers. So again, like I mentioned, I made this build predominantly to be the pick and roll player, which basically means a lot of you centers out there, unfortunately, you guys have block, you guys have, interior defense, know this stuff, which means your build can't be physically better than mine when it comes to the pick and roll, because I didn't put any of that in this build. I sacrificed all of that so I can just be an offensive juggernaut. But talking about Dirk, you guys can see right here, as soon as he hit this shot, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a very good game, because usually there are centers that like to space the floor, but look at this, bro. Look at this man just going off some crazy stuff. They don't usually have the skill level of this player, they just like to space the floor, which is cool. That's still nice in my opinion. At least kind of don't get in the way. But not only is he spacing the floor, he's also skilled enough that when he does have the ball, he's also able to create his own shot. Now, for me personally, when it comes to 2K, especially rec randoms, being able to create your own shot without screens, without any help, is one of the best attributes you can have ever. Okay, which is why I'm always encouraging players that do play rec. You need to go into these rec games with builds that can do more than just play defense, more than just just a little bit of everything, right? So you guys see right here, Dirk with the defense going crazy. And yeah, man, like I love this pairing right here. I mean, I don't know how it would pair in real life. You can see, look at this. Even I didn't even time that. Look at it. I slept this guy, bro. I slept that guy without timing it. This build also has a 90 drive and dunk. Okay, now again, when it comes to a lot of these centers in the game, a lot of you guys don't understand. I don't blame you guys. You know what I'm saying? It is random wreck. Some of you don't know. But this build is literally the perfect pick and roll offense build, okay? Offensive build, not necessarily defense, but when it comes to the offense, it has everything you want from an offensive build. You have shooting, you have midi, you have post game, you have rebounding, you can set big body screens, you can roll, you can even look at it, you can even handle the ball right there, dot your teammates. Obviously, Dirk right there is just going crazy. Being able to space the floor, you're going to attract a lot of attention with a build like this. Again, kind of showing off every single range of this build as well. I can also shoot the mid-range with this build. But again, it's just kind of talking about 2K and sort of rec randoms. Like, bro, I wish 2K is gonna pair more randoms together in terms of like putting decent players together, because it makes the game a lot more fun to play. Now, I haven't had so much fun in a while playing rec. Okay, y'all can see the first game we won. It was relatively kind of decent, kind of close, but the second game, we absolutely just ran that team out the way. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't had so much fun playing with rec randoms in a minute. Okay, this is probably the most fun game I have had in a while in a rec random lobby, okay? And that's just because of someone like him, okay? 2K, this is what happens when you pair players that want to play together, that have high IQ and just, wanting to win. Okay, you don't have to be amazing at the game, you just need to have the willingness to be able to win and also being able to play as a team. Now, I stayed with this team. Usually I ain't gonna cap to you guys, when I start a game and there's an AI as my matchup, I quit the game, I just close out, I can't be arsed. But because we had a good first game together, I just wanted to kind of carry that momentum into the second game. I really liked his play style and I wanted to kind of see how he plays, okay? Because for me, that first game was like, okay, I might need to send this guy a friend request. I don't usually send friend requests to people because it's like, you need to have a specific kind of play style that suits the way I play in order for me to send you a friend request. So I was like, let me play one more game with him just to kind of see how, how good it is. Y'all can see the Giannis build is going crazy. I told you, when it comes to offense, this build literally feels like you're playing Giannis, bro. Obviously, defense is, yeah, we'll talk about that later. On the fast break, y'all can see we don't even go for the dunk, bro. I told you, when it comes to middies are like layups, right? I don't even need to take no, like, literally, if I miss a midi, I'm just going to be raging for no particular reason. Y'all can see it's a good pairing because you have Dirk kind of playing like the rim protecting kind of role, and I'm more of like the bruising, kind of like bruiser type of player, going in the paint, kind of forcing everything. If the help does come, I know Dirk is just literally, his build is just gonna knock it down very, very easily, and also he can also create his own shot. So it's not necessarily, look at this, just dunking this guy right here as well. It's not necessarily just him having to be wide open, which again, like I said, it's not a bad thing. But having a center that doesn't necessarily have to be wide open is such a huge attribute to have, even whether there's rec random or whether it's pro-am or whatever. Because usually you guys already know, okay, when you guys watch these pro-am gameplays, and I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone, these high-level players, they know what they're doing, right? They're playing specific kind of plays to win specific kind of games. But the thing you would notice about a lot of the centers is, most of the time, I've talked about in previous videos as well, when they set screens and they receive the ball and say it's a bad roll or it's a bad pass or something, they usually just kind of stop and reset the play, okay? With my build, I don't necessarily need to reset the play because I'm just going to continue the attack. Y'all can see I hit Dirk right there. Look at this player, bro. Once he starts to hit these kind of shots, I'm like, okay, bet. Okay, cool. I'm going to send this guy a friend request because I'm trying to low-key, in my opinion, I'm trying to build a pro-am team ultimately and eventually, but I want to build a pro-am team revolving players that I've met in rec randoms, right? Like solo kind of gameplay. And unfortunately, I ain't met too many players because y'all can see I don't even have a pro-am squad just yet. So, it's rare to come across players like this. You guys can see the whole team already left, bro. We literally blew this team pause. Like, the whole team, they just quit, apart from the center. He's going to get cooked in the second half of the game. But yeah, my goal is to kind of recruit players into, go to the rec to get a pro-am together. But it has to be players that I've met in the rec lobby, like, because it makes it more real and more genuine. Because it's a different kind of play style. Okay? I don't want to go to pro-am with the traditional boring left right pick and roll. Just go in there with a different play, different feel. Whether it works or it doesn't work doesn't really matter for me, but I know we're going to dominate anyway, regardless of what's going on. Right here, they're going to miss the shot. I got the rebound. Again, this build is specifically made to honestly just be a pick and roll, just maestro. Like, it can pair up with any build. If you want to play with a 3-point shot hunter, you can still use this build. If you want to play like a traditional center where you just don't want to do too much and reset the plays, you can do that, but obviously you're gonna need help on defense. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like, when I say help on defense, like if you play like a post score or something, yeah, you're gonna be done, bro. Y'all can see right here, just going crazy. You also have an 89 drive and dunk on this build. Is it 89 or 90? I can't remember. I think I may have a 90 drive. Yeah, I think I have a 90 drive and dunk on this build. Y'all can see, look at Dirk, bro, just going wide with this little fade right here. Man, this is fun, man. It's fun to play with players like this because they're not guards either. I've always talked about this in a lot of my videos. Like, look, watch this little sequence right here. This is a crazy sequence, right? When it hit no, not this sequence, okay? It hit this shot. You guys will see it's coming right here. I have some crazy putback. It was wild. Yeah, here's this player right here. You're gonna see, I got the rebound. I'm gonna kick it back out. He's gonna hesitate a little bit. He's gonna shoot the shot, right? I'm going to get the rebound again. I told you this build is snagging, bro. Now he's going to go for some crazy shot right here. And watch this little putback, bro. This was wild, bro. I was like, damn, bro. Hey, this build is a lot of fun to play with. But you just have to kind of pair up with the right kind of players. And it's going to be like old people. Watch this play from Dirk, bro. Watch this little dribble steal right here. Little shake. And a little step back into the corner, bro. That is crazy. These are bigs doing these kind of moves, bro. My build is 6'11". I'm not sure what his height is. I think he's about 7 foot or something. But it's really unique when you see players that aren't guards do all this stuff, because we have limited moves. You know what I'm saying? We don't have all the dribble style and all the Michael Jordan dribble moves and everything. So you still have to have a high IQ to be able to operate on builds like this. But again, man, it was just a lot of fun. The second game was just completely just ripped them. Like, this shit was just a blowout. It wasn't even worth it. And for me, it was just like, yeah, what 2K needs to learn from this is, I wish there was more gameplay like this, bro. Like, imagine you go into a rec game and every single player that you're playing with is relatively decent at the game. Okay, you're not playing guys that are taking 100% contested shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not playing guys that just want to, they think they're Steph Curry, and just like, those kind of players are just annoying. So for me personally, 2K, I know people want to talk about ranked gameplays and like, what, just go to Pro-Am, but you need to understand, not everyone has a team to play Pro-Am with. You feel me? Like, not everyone is going to be sitting there trying to get a 5 every single time. So there has to be some kind of level of, I don't want to call it ranked, but it's kind of like matchmaking in the rec. So that way you get the the good players that are wanting to play good to play with each other. Like, so that way you're going to get better games as well. Like, imagine going into a rec game and both teams are extremely good. Like, I'm talking about is high level competition. No one's really trying to sell. Obviously, no one's going to be perfect in a wreck, but everyone's generally trying. So you guys can see whether or not I've put back rebound on this build. Everyone's generally trying to win. It will make the game a lot more, like, a much fun experience. Now, these kind of games, I don't know if I talked about it in the past. These are like, 20% of the games, bro, in the rec. 20% of the games, because the next video I'm going to post, you guys will see how 80% of rec games tend to go. It's just a bunch of guys trying to sell you out consistently. But yeah, this was a crazy game. We both went crazy. I had 30 and he had 32 this gameplay, and I had a ton of fun. And after this game, you already know your boy has to send a friend request, because these are the kind of centers I would love to have on my team. Centers that, yes, A, they can space the floor, but B, they can also create their own shot. So that way, the offense is continuing. What I don't like when I play certain games is, like, the offense stops. Like, for example, someone passed the ball to someone else and they have to reset. Like, if you pass the ball to a pure lockdown, for example, he's going to have to reset the play if he's not wide open for a shot. I like when players can just continue the attack going. They can keep the flow going, because then everyone is a threat on the court. You have the guard that's a threat. You have the small forward that's also a threat. The center that's also a threat. And it makes the game a lot more fun. You can run so many plays. There's so many different options of scoring as well. But anyways, it was a fun gameplay. And I ain't had this much fun in a minute, so I thought I'd show you guys. And it's always nice when you team up with, like, people that create these unique builds, trying to look like certain players, and that generally play like those players too. It makes the game so much more fun to play. As y'all can see, this was a complete blowout. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.